Taurus, destiny smiles you. An unexpected turn changes your course, dear Taurus. What a joy to find you here again. Before immersing ourselves in this special reading, I want to thank you from your energy, your presence, and every comment you leave me. It is as if we met in a warm corner of the universe, with a dim light illuminating and a coffee in our hands, sharing what fate whispers us. Today, the letters have spoken with clarity that has left me breathless. It feels a powerful movement in your life, a deep change that marks a before and after. Do you feel it too? Do you notice how energy drives you to advance without looking back? Tell me in the comments. I want to read and share this emotion with you. Your reading begins with an impressive alignment: the Queen of Fire, the King of Fire, the Ace of Fire, and the Three of Fire. And they are not here by chance. These letters do not appear when there are doubts or fears. They appear when someone has done their internal work, has made brave decisions, and has demonstrated to the universe that it is ready for what is coming. Before continuing with what your cards are revealing me, I want to ask you for something very important. If these words are resonating with you, if you feel that this message is talking to the soul, leave me a comment and tell me what part your heart touched. And if you are not yet signed, this is the perfect time to do so. Join this beautiful community and always receive the guide that the universe has for you. Taurus, what you have done so far has required courage. I see here important changes in your material life, in your way of relating to money or your home. You have taken steps without absolute certainties, trusting your intuition, and that is something that the universe does not leave without reward. What recently released? What transformation did you decide to hug? Tell me, I want to know about you. Because here I see that for the first time, you did not seek external validation. You acted with the certainty of who knows what he wants, such as the Queen or the King of Fire, who does not need explanations to live his truth. That security of yours is palpable, solid, radiant. It is as if you had recovered a fragment of you that was lost among the voices of others. Hasn't it happened to you that for being so long near certain people, we end up absorbing their thoughts and beliefs without realizing it? Well, this reading shows me that this has been left behind. I see that you have connected with your essence again, with your tastes, with what really makes you happy. Something in your physical environment has also changed. Did you reorganize your space? Did you do any kind of energy cleaning? There is a detail, a small ritual, a subtle movement that has unleashed a wave of transformation. If you felt something different, if you noticed signs, tell it in the comments. And now the most exciting comes, the Ace of Fire. This AS is not any letter, Taurus. It is a portal that opens, a vibrant opportunity that appears before you at the right time. Do you have an idea in mind? A project that you have been postponing? A dream that until now have you not dared to express? Well, listen well. The time has come to act. Taurus, fate is in your hands. What is coming is bigger than you imagine. This letter tells me that it is not only possible, but you are already achieving it. What you wanted so much, what seemed distant, is right in front of you. You just have to stretch your hand, trust, and advance with determination. And you know what more this letter tells me? That you are prepared. Whatever you are creating has firm bases and will grow stable. Do you dare to tell me what is new that you are dreaming or planning? Because here, at the bottom of the deck, the King of Fire appears, keeping a key message to you. This king comes to remind you something fundamental. Do not reveal your plans too soon. Keep your clear vision, your sharp strategy. Not everyone deserves to know your next step, your ideas, or the path you are building. Some things need to be protected as a treasure until they are ready to shine before the world. Has it happened to you that when you share too fast, everything loses strength or fades? Well, this King of Fire advises you to remain silent, observe, to be selective with whom you share your essence. And this leads me to ask you something important, Taurus. Is there anyone in your life who you don't want to tell everything? Anyone whose energy no longer fits with you, even if you have appreciation? Tell me in the comments. I want to know how you are choosing your circle now. And here the tower appears. Oh, the tower. But don't fear, honey. It is not a meaningless destruction. It is a necessary release. This tower collapses what no longer served you, which was not authentic, which was sustained by weak structures. It can be a relationship, a job, an ancient belief that simply does not resonate with you. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I see it clear in your reading. What seemed like a loss, which hurt, what broke, was actually a disguised blessing. And next to the tower appear the key, the emperor, and the heir, AS. Do you know what it means? That the solution is in your hands. That although now everything seems uncertain, you have the ability to build something better, more solid, and more aligned with your true essence. Have you started shaping this new plan? If you have not done it, what are you waiting for? I see that there is still a missing piece, somewhat material, emotional, or spiritual, that you need to complete the next step. But don't worry, because he's on his way. Every time fate shows you a vacuum, it also prepares its compensation. The land page confirms it. What is missing will be given to you, but you must open your mind to new ideas. You cannot create the future with thoughts from the past. Were you aware of this? What new ideas are starting to take shape in your mind? Have you started surrounding yourself with different people to talk about different ways? Tell me in the comments. I want to know how this change in your life feels. And now, there is something else. I feel that someone from your past, someone who moved away without giving explanations, at this time thinks you. That person who believed that you were replaceable, who did not know how to value what you had to offer, is now looking back. Nostalgia. Do you feel it too? Because the letter of the Two of Bastos tells me to observe you from a distance, that he wonders if you took the same course or if perhaps you achieved something better. And the answer, love, is clear. It was better. Because you were not waiting. You grew up, you advanced. Now tell me, would you give you another chance, or is that door closed forever? And speaking of love, here the Hierophant appears, and I love that. Taurus. Love and abundance are closer than you think. If you have a partner, I see a new cycle where the connection is deepened, with greater commitment, shared projects, and a renewed energy between you. And if you are single, there is someone who approaches, someone whose vibration is similar to yours, with stability and large dreams. This person will be someone with whom you can build, someone with whom things flow naturally. Do you feel that love is already close? Notes, signals, intuitions, dreams that tell you about someone special, although it has not yet been completely shown? And here there is something else. Someone from your work environment or someone who was previously part of your daily routine is going through an intense transformation. Their letters are loaded with exhaustion, pressure, and emotional weight. Maybe it is someone who decided to get away, or maybe it was you who set limits and took distance. But now that person feels the weight of their decisions. Do you know who I are talking about? Do you perceive that someone who used to rely on you is now dealing with the load they shared before? Leave it to the comments. I want to know if you have felt it in your intuition. And we close with something beautiful, Taurus. The 10 of Glasses, the Sun, and the 4 of Gold. This is stability, happiness, genuine connections. Something big is brewing for you, a real reason to celebrate with someone special. Don't release that dream, don't give up. Happiness is closer to what you imagine, but requires perseverance. Now tell me, what are you going to celebrate this week? What little or great achievement would you like to share with me? As for signals, your letters whisper to me letters such as E, G, L, N, Z, M, X, Y, Y, K. People who miss you, who think you, who still accompany you in silence. And numbers 10, 6, and 1 are repeated as guides. Give them, see them, let the universe show you your message. The oracle also talks about planning, to find order in the midst of chaos, to organize for what is to come. Do you feel that you are taking more control over your life, Taurus? Because here, I see that you have begun to breathe differently, to move with more purpose, more clearly. And that, honey, is what prosperity really brings. I want to leave you with this statement to write it in your notebook. You repeat it when you wake up and share it in the comments if you resonate with you. I am ready to receive everything I deserve with love, clarity, and determination. This statement opens portals, Taurus. Write it down here if something of this reading touched your soul, if you felt that these words were for you. And stay a little longer with me, because there are still many things that your cards continue to whisper. And I, like someone who has seen a lot in life, I can't keep it, because what I see here, my life, is that you are in the middle of a deep change, of those that transform an entire existence. It is not a simple turn, it is not a minor change. What you are living is like a silent rebirth, which begins inside you and will soon be reflected in everything that surrounds you. Taurus, what you left behind was necessary for what is coming. Look, your letters show me that although you have gone through moments of doubt, uncertainty, and intense changes, you never lost your center. Of course, there were days of storm. Of course, there were times when you wondered if all this was worth it, if that dream, that relationship, or that new stage were really for you. But love, what you carry inside is stronger than you imagine. And I do not tell you for flattering you, I tell you because I see it, because I feel it, as when someone with more path traveled can see the greatness of another, although that person does not yet recognize it in itself. That person who at the time moved away without giving explanations, who opted for the easy exit instead of facing the truth, continues to think of you. But not because I want to return as if nothing had happened. No. Feel the emptiness you left, that silence that settled in his life when you stopped being present. Do you know how powerful that is? You did not have to seek revenge, beg, or ask for answers. You simply chose to retire with dignity. And that, my sky, is what weighs the most. Because now that person realizes that no one else speaks to him with the same authenticity. Nobody looks at him with that truth without masks. Nobody holds his soul as you did. Does it resonate you? Do you feel that someone in your past has tried to return, even through unexpected dreams, thoughts, or signs? In addition, your guides show me that lately you have had small achievements that you are not celebrating enough. And here, I want you to open your heart to this message. Sometimes, Taurus, you demand too much. You think there is still a lot, that you are still where you should, but I want you to look back today. Look at everything you've healed. Look at everything you have overcome. Look at everything you have held, even when no one else saw it. Do you really not think you deserve a standing applause? I give it to you from here, with my heart in my hand, because I know how difficult it is to be strong in silence. I know what it costs to get up without waiting for anyone to applaud you. But the universe does see you. And your letters tell me that a silent reward comes, one of those blessings that come without noise, but that change everything. Now I want you to tell me, what was that moment when you said enough? When did you choose your peace about a custom, about an attachment, about a story that did not do well? Because I see in your cards that there was a cut, and it was not any cut. It was a before and after. The Ace of Swords shows it clearly. That letter is true. Decision, courage. And you had to use that sword with pain, but with determination. And although your hands trembled, you did. Do you remember? Tell me in the comments, what was that moment when you decided not to go back? Taurus, fate is calling you. Trust your magic, and there is more than I need to tell you. In your letters, there is a feeling of destination fulfilled, as if, after so much search time, you were finally encountering the most authentic version of yourself. That part of you that so many times you silenced, that internal voice that asked you to listen to it. And now, finally, you are listening to her. Do not imagine the power that has this. Because when a person begins to live in coherence, when his thoughts, emotions, and actions align, something wonderful happens. Magic appears. But it is not magic of stories, no. It is that real magic which makes the right doors open, that the right people arrive, that the opportunities appear without having to run behind them. And there is a very clear image in this reading, as if you were in front of the mirror, and for the first time you would recognize yourself, as if you could say with certainty, yes, this is me, this is me, this is my energy, this is my life, and it belongs to me. And my dear soul, so far we have seen powerful signs in your cards, but there is even more to discover. If this message is lighting something inside you, tell me what part you feel that it was written for you. And if you are not part of this family yet, subscribe right now not to lose what your guides want to reveal you in the next messages. From that moment, everything changes, because when a person appropriates his way, the universe accompanies her. Now tell me, have you felt this lately, that feeling that despite uncertainties, do you feel more you than ever? Because honey, this is just the beginning. And now I want to talk to you about something deeper. Your dreams, your most secret desires, those who have not told anyone out of fear of not understanding you, that they laugh, to tell you that it is late, that it is impossible. Well, let me tell you something. Your cards show me that it is not only possible, but the right moment is yet to come. And listen to this with an open soul. You don't have to have everything solved to start. You just have to take the first step. Because the universe rewards brave action, not perfection. And you are ready, you are already ready. So tell me, what do you want so much but you haven't allowed yourself yet to dream? A new project? A trip? A deep and true love? Write it. Decline it. There is nothing more powerful than a sustained intention with the soul. And speaking of intentions, I want you to write down this statement, the second of this reading, and tell me if you vibrate, if you feel it yours. I am prepared to receive the love, success, and abundance that for so long waited for me. Repeat it when you wake up, before sleeping, when you feel you falter. It is a way to remind the universe that you are still here, with an open heart and feet well planted on your path. And now something else comes. In this reading, there is a presence that I cannot ignore, a figure that appears as a guide, as a teacher or teacher. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone alive. It can be a loved one that has already left, an ancestor, a grandmother, a grandfather, someone who protects you from the other plane, sends you signals, accompanies you. Have you felt presences, repeated dreams, coincidences that seem rather messages? Because this energy is very present today. And it comes with a clear message. You are not alone. You are not alone. There is a guide behind you, a love presence that wants to see you happy. And in addition, I see something else in this reading. The theme of travel appears strongly, but not any trip. This has to do with a special destination, with a place where your soul needs to be. Have you felt the impulse to move, to explore, to change the environment? Because this energy is no accident. Something calls you from a distance. And I want you to tell me, have you felt it? Taurus, the universe balances what you gave. The reward is on its way. Something that seemed before blocked now begins to unlock. Not only in material, not only externally. It is a change that begins within you, a subtle but powerful movement that is aligning your path with the right energy. And this is no accident. This is the result that you dared to release, to stop waiting for everything to be perfect, to tell the new. Do you realize how strong you are? How, without realizing it, have you been opening the doors of change with every decision you made? Taurus, my dear, what you are living is only the beginning of a big chapter in your history, and I'm going to continue here. Every time you need someone to remind you of how brave, the powerful, and how magical you are. Now tell me, anything I told you resonated? If you felt that these words were for you, tell it in the comments. And if you want to continue receiving these messages, do not forget to subscribe. Leave your like and tell me how you feel, because this channel is built together among all the beautiful souls that come here looking for some light, guide, sincere affection. Oh, my dear Taurus, stay here with me a little more. Sit down close, because there are still things that I have to tell you, things that are for you, exclusively for you, and I don't want you to get lost. Look, just when we closed the previous part, your letters whispered on a surprise, something that you don't expect yourself, but that is already cooking in the invisible. And no, my love is not anything. This energy comes with the force of Neptune and the 9th house. This tells me about a deep spiritual awakening, of an expansion of consciousness, of the possibility of learning something new, of opening to a wisdom that previously seemed distant. What has been around your mind lately? Have you felt the call to study something different, something that connects you with the divine, with the earth, with your soul? Because everything indicates that this is the right time to start, not to postpone, not to say later. This is the moment in which a decision can change everything, and I don't exaggerate. I see it clear in your cards. In addition, there is something else that is about to be resolved, and it has to do with the economic. A backward payment, a new entrance opportunity, an investment that seemed stagnant. But listen to this. It won't come from where you wait. It will not be obvious. It will not be immediate. But it will be fair, because the universe does not forget. Do not forget when you gave without receiving, when you held without anyone noticing it, when you were support, shoulder, shelter for many. And tell me, who held you? That is the question that the universe has heard. And that, my love, is what is now balanced. So tell me, how do you feel with this message? Do you feel this is your time to receive? Leave it to the comments, because I want to read you. And get ready, because this is just the beginning. Taurus, this is the time to free yourself from what no longer vibrates with you. What is close to your life is not a superficial miracle. It is a deep repair, deserved, long awaited. Do you feel that something like this could be arriving? Have you had signs, feelings, hearts? Your energy is changing, and with that change comes the need to observe more clearly. Because, my love, there is someone in your environment who has not been entirely transparent with you. Someone who has shown a face, but who deeply keeps different intentions. I do not tell you this to distrust the world. No, heaven. I tell you to listen to yourself more, so that you pay attention to those small signs that we sometimes ignore. This person is not necessarily bad, but he is acting from fear, from the ego, from a need for control. It can be someone who tries to influence your decisions. Someone who gives you advice that seems well-intentional, but diverting you from your center. Who could be? Do you feel that someone tries to take you on roads that you did not choose from the soul? This is where your guides ask you for clarity. This is the time to say not more firmly, to release what does not do well, to leave behind what smells like sacrifice, to guilt at custom, because what you accept now will be the basis of next year. No more build on weak foundations, my love. No more pacts with fear. Now everything is chosen from love, from the truth, from what you really want, not from what others expect from you. And speaking of guide, I see in your cards a major male presence, an ancestor, a protector, someone who accompanies you from another plane. This being sends you signals through dreams, smells, thoughts that seem not to be yours. Has that happened to you? That you suddenly feel that someone speaks to you mentally, that it sustains you even if you can't see it. It is him, that guardian spirit that does not leave you alone for a moment, and bring a very clear message. Take care of your roots, honor where you come from, but don't let the past retain you. And because you can be faithful to your story without having to repeat the same patterns. Many times we load with wounds that are not ours, with invisible loyalties that prevent us from moving forward. Do you feel that you repeat cycles that you do not understand at all? Therefore, your cards invite you to write, to capture what you have lived on paper, what you have healed. what you still need to free. There is something very powerful to write from the soul, because in that gesture, we also transform and release. And I tell you more, if you decide to write a closing letter for someone from the past, even if you never deliver it, you will be releasing a very old knot. Do it if you feel that it can help you. And if you want to share a bit of what you write, here I will be to read you with an open soul, as if you were my granddaughter and I have your refuge. Because, my love, you are not alone. And I don't want to leave without talking about love, because there is something beautiful managing there. But that love, I will tell you in the next message. Now tell me, do you feel that this is the time to close cycles? Do you feel that someone or something needs to be released with love? Leave it to the comments. And remember, if you want to continue receiving these messages, subscribe, leave me I like it, and tell me how you feel. Here we continue together, opening roads, releasing the soul, waking the magic. The love that comes for you, Taurus, is not like the previous ones. It is a healthy love, real, balanced. A love where you can be without fear of losing yourself, without having to adapt, without turning off your light so that the other does not feel overshadowed. Wouldn't you like that? Feel valued, hugged in each of your facets, without hiding any part of you. Well, that is what the universe is cooking over low heat for you. But before, my love, there is a fundamental step. You have to hug yourself with the tenderness that you deserve so much. Because when you look with love, with acceptance, with gratitude, the world also begins to see you like this. And to accompany you in this process, I want to leave you a final powerful statement to close this reading with a gold brooch. My life advances clearly, strength and love. I am exactly where I must be. Repeat it with confidence, with open chest and closed eyes if necessary. Write it in the comments if you resonate with you, if you feel yours, if this message has touched any fiber in your soul. Because, my Taurus, what a sweetness you are still here. Sit by me listening to these words that are not only mine, but come from the whispers of your guides, of the deep of your soul, which has been heard for some time. And I know what is in your gaze. That mixture of tiredness with hope, that feeling of being one step away from something important, but without knowing how to put the first foot. And let me tell you something, my love. You are not alone in that feeling. That uncertainty you carry is the clearest sign that you are leaving an old version of you behind and starting to inhabit a new one, but not any version, a freer, stronger, wiser. And right now, at this time, your cards reveal to me something powerful, an unexpected change but deeply necessary, a camouflaged opportunity which at first may seem uncomfortable or even something that takes you out of your safe area. But listen to me well, Taurus. What seems like a challenge today, tomorrow will be your greatest blessing. What you do not understand now will soon become clarity. What hurt you recently, you will soon see it as the impulse you needed to finally move. Do you know what I am talking about? Because I see it so clearly. I see someone making a brave decision, closing a stage that cost him to leave behind, realizing that when you release it, everything starts to flow. Do you feel that something inside you pushes you to make a change, but it stops the fear of making mistakes? Tell me in the comments, because when you share, not just healthy, we heal all together. And before saying goodbye, there is more than your cards want you to listen. Your body is talking to you. And you, my love, you must listen to it. But not from the demand, not from criticism, but from tenderness. But that, honey, we talk to it in the next part. Leave me your comment. I like and subscribe if you want to continue receiving these messages from the soul. Here we continue together, awakening magic, walking with love. What could you receive more? But have you not allowed you to open your arms at all? Because that is the final message of your cards, my love. It is time to receive. To stop negotiating with life, what in the background you already know that it belongs to you. To release the fear of asking for more, to wait more, to allow you more. because you are not here to survive. You are here to bloom, and that requires courage. It requires trust. It requires knowing that you don't have to do everything alone, that there are bigger forces holding you, that there are guides, signs, synchronies waiting for you to say, "Yes, I'm ready." Are you ready, Taurus? Because I clearly see that the road is already opening. You just have to give the first step. The universe observes you with infinite love, and me too. Here I will continue when you need a reminder of your own light. Let me know in the comments what part of this message your heart touched. And if you want to continue receiving these words, subscribe, let me like, and tell me how you feel. We continue together, waking the magic. See you in the next message, where I will tell you something that you have not yet told you, but that could change everything.